Okay. Now, do you sing or play or?
I sing wonderfully in the shower.
Gotcha.
I don't play anything. The most expensive musical instrument I bought was a piano for my 2 boys, one of which uses it, and various entertainers when they show up. The last one that used it was Donnie McNeil from Albannach, and he was in quite a state when we walked in, and I think he had his underpants on. I'm not really positive. It was late. I don't know where he came from. He was, don't even put that in. No, it doesn't. But he was playing away when I walked in, and I said, what are you doing? But he's bizarre.
Do they stay with you?
A lot of the bands do. Yeah, we've had tons of them. We've got a lot of space on the floor. The one interesting one that stays with us is Colin Walker from Albannach. He's allergic to our cat and our dog. So he has Chateau Reid in the back. We put a tent up and he sleeps back there on the ground.
Not in February, though.
No. But yeah, we've had tons of bands, interesting people, some fascinating ones. We had a fiddle player, Karen Hunter, a few years ago. She sat down and wrote a song of Strathspey called "The East of the Hebrides Strathspey," followed up by Neil Anderson wrote a polka. The Men of Worth wrote a jig. John Whalen wrote a reel. I didn't know about it till I was in Starbucks, and there was a John Whalen CD, and I picked it up, and it had the East of the Hebrides reel. So I called John. I said, "What's this all about?" He said, "I just thought I'd surprise you." So that was kind of cool. But we've had them all. They've stayed here when we're not here. We come home and find various things. The Scythian boys are the only ones that Karen yelled at because it was 3:30 in the morning, and we were all going to bed, and they were downstairs laughing and carrying on. And she said, "Are you going to go tell them to be quiet?" I said, "Not me." So she went down and she said, "I told you to go to bed." It was really funny because it was the sound guys, and they had gotten her quilt, and it was on the floor, and they were making angels. Seamus Kennedy, one time, he and I sat up till 5:30 in the morning, and we drank an entire bottle of Bushmills something or other. I don't remember. I haven't been the same since. And we gave each other the manly hugs and tossed him out. Yeah, it's been fun.
You must have a lot of fantastic memories. You need to write about it.
Yeah. Being involved with this, not just this festival, but so many of them across the country. I've been asked and really happy. I've done MC work across the country at different festivals, put together the time schedules, and so you get to see all the guys. You learn all the tricks. We can't go on first because we don't have our bass player. Really? He's sitting out in the car. If you're not on in 5 minutes, you're not going on. Bands that want to follow or finish the night, and you go, no, that'll be deadly for you. You can't follow that band. They're going to knock everybody out, and so you're going to come to an empty audience. Mm-hmm. Then you learn that. We surround ourselves with really good people. I think we have one of the best sound companies. Taft Sound comes down. They've been with us for years.
Where are they from?
They're actually from Uxbridge, Massachusetts. And I love them. There are some other sound people in this area that I have used at different festivals. Jim McKee and I did a festival up at the Constotters Club in last September. We'll do it again this year. And the fellow that did the sound there was wonderful. Did the festival for Brittingham's Labor Day weekend. And Jameson, Frank Daly, actually turned me on to their sound company, and they were wonderful. But I've had Taft come for years and years, and they know exactly what we need, and there's never a problem. Tom Seelan does all the lighting. And then we have all these great people that help us. Joe McLaughlin and Bob Cherry and Finnegan and Pat Close, and you name it, they're back there. They come in and they just sort of take over, and they make me look good, which is what Uncle Bill likes,
Well, you're everywhere that
try.
weekend.
I try.
You're emceeing. I don't think. You never disappear.
No. That's my job. I'm there. That's what I do. I have to be there. Very hands-on. Karen's the boss. She's got the brains, and she quiets me down and says, "This will not work." And she's the go-to when I'm busy goofing off. But it's just been great. Friends like Jack and Ellie McNeil, their job is to come and they set up all the lights on the tables. And one year I started before they got there. They got really upset, so we wait. And that's their job. Then we have the organizations, like you guys, and Marianne McDonald and my good friend Vince Gallagher, who has come into this office and has been horrified. It's pretty bad when Vince gets horrified. But, I mean, there's another guy. He's done so much for the Irish community, I feel. There's so many of them. The Boyces, Carmel and Barney, and all these people that have just been keeping the heritage going. Mm-hmm. And we're all turning into dinosaurs. And we've been doing this festival for 23 years. And I hope to keep the kids coming and get them involved.
Are your kids involved in?
Yeah. Ian's my oldest. He's 2 years older than Drew, and he comes out and helps. And he's the one that comes up with he's the one that came up with the name Didgeridoo. And he puts them together. He came up with a name for our trips to Scotland called Bronach. It was brother in Albannach. He's a big help. It's just nice to have him there. My nieces and nephews all show up. I've gone through all my family. They're all furious with me because I put them to work. No, they're a good group. My nephew Justin, he's a big help. Has been since he was a little boy. Now he's a dad, brand new father, and he's coming out with a baby. And my brother-in-laws have all helped, and I can't do the festival without Joe and Monica. They control the box office. Mm-hmm. And then Karen, behind you are all we call them worker slaves, and we give them a badge, and they have to do, I think it's 2 hours over the weekend, and they come in for free, and they watch the doors, and they do the running, and they clean up off the food in the back behind the stage for the people, and they sell the CDs and sort of things like that. And we have a spotlight man. It's Ted the Fiddler, who lives, I think he's in Spring City or someplace. Ted is a character. His real name is Ted Wilby, but he decided to change it legally to Ted the Fiddler. Of course, I said to him, why don't you just call yourself Ted Wilby the Fiddler? But he didn't think of that. So if you look on the phone book, you have to look up the Fiddler, the Ted. And he's a wonderful fiddle player. He's also a great spotlight guy. So he comes in and he's my volunteer spotlight man for the weekend.
That's great.
Everybody has a little story. Everybody has some little tale. So.
Yeah.